Hey everybody, welcome back to my craft room. So glad you could join me. This video is the final installment in a Christmas swap in July that I'm doing. I'm filming it first, but it'll be the last one you see. So you may have heard this information from me before, but I'm going to give it all to you again. I found this cool Christmas swap that's a Secret Santa style Christmas swap. The creator and host is Carol at Crinkled Path, and apparently she's done this for a couple of years, but I just stumbled upon it this year, so I asked to be part of it, and they were like, yay, jump in. So I want to thank the hosts. Like I said, Carol at Crinkled Path created it, and she's a host, but there's also 3 other hosts. Sarah at New England Junk Journals, Pam at Pam Vanny Journal Maker, and Angela at The Traveling Crafter. Now, all this info is going to be in the description box down below, so don't worry about rushing to write all this down. I'll have all these ladies linked, and also all the participants will be linked as well below, so you can go back and watch everything. But the premise is that we're going to send 3 packages to our Secret Santa recipient. The first 2, they're not going to know who we are, and then in the 3rd package we reveal ourselves, and we'll be making videos of unboxing of the 3 separate things that we receive, and then this is my video of what I'm sending out to my Secret Santa, which won't post until after she's gotten her items, so that we don't ruin the surprise, which I don't know about you guys, but as an adult, I love surprises. Like, I never get surprised anymore, so this sounds like fun. So my partner, now that she already has all her things, is Shawana at My Crafty Life. Is that right? I'm going to have her link below. My Crafty Reality? Yeah. I think it's My Crafty Reality. Wow, I just had a big brain freeze. My brain's not working. So either who, these are the items that I'm sending her, and I wanted to show you what I did to make the tags. The first package we send is 3 handmade tags. They could be any theme, but Shawana said she really likes bright retro colors, so I went with that. The second package should have 3 crafting supply items. I'm going to send a couple more, but I'm sure nobody's going to be mad about that. And then the 3rd package will be a handmade Christmas or winter item, and then 2 Christmas or winter related supplies. So don't tell anybody, I haven't done that part yet. So I'm going to have to do that after this video. But this is the 1st and 2nd package that I'm sending her. So I'm going to send her these 5 tags. And I wanted to tell you what supplies and designers I use, because some is authentic vintage and some are digitals. And I love to put those together. So let me just scooch this. So these are some of the supplies. Ooh, all kinds of vintage, authentic goodies, some real labels, some popcorn bags and playing cards, and then, of course, some of my favorite little vintage Corel plates with snacks on them. These are from the National Dairy Council. I love these. Found them on eBay. Either who, so let me scoot this out of the way. And this ribbon that I'm sending her. Isn't that so cute? So I've been having a personal challenge with myself since I have so many guest checkbooks that I wanted to use up an entire pad. So these are kind of part of that. As you can see, I'm down to 36 out of 50, so I'm doing a good job. I have this out on my work table, and I've just been furiously making tags. So some of the items I used in here, these little Dolly Dingle dolls are a printable from Allegra Digital on Etsy. The vertical words are from the Junk Journal Studio, also on Etsy. Oh, I don't have one in this stack. Oh, I brought my other stack of stuff. I have my list of digitals over here so I can look at them. Don't think I remembered all this stuff. I totally did not. So these little circle girls, I used that on These come in different sizes in the kit. These little circle girlies with their dolls or without their dolls are from KB and Friends. And these vintage advertisements that I used on some of them are from Lofty Life ads. And then I found this great deal on some actual authentic 50s paper doll clothes. So I used those on a couple. They're very fragile, so I have to glue them down to something. I can't just leave them like this. That's why they're in the baggie, so they don't get all, well, shuffled and ruined. So I'm going to have to back those onto something as I use them. So like on this first one, this is some scrapbook paper that I tea dyed, and I thought it kind of looked like wallpaper. So I put one of the vintage doll dresses. These are vintage saving stamps, and then the doll and some fabric and lace, and then I sewed it onto a guest check. So you could use this for writing space on the back with the lines. I really liked that. And then this little girl, the same thing. I put some rickrack on here. That's a vintage dress, and then the printables, and another guest check. And then I just really love this one. This is so cute. Some of her favorite colors are the yellows and oranges, so I really went with that on here. A little S for Shawana, and the little heart says made with love. And these are real vintage saving stamps. Some tea-dyed paper, and then the printables. This is another printable. I did not write down where I got this one from, so I'm going to have to just post that below for you. But it was a very cool bunch of retro colored floral digitals. And then that's also on a guest check. Oh, and there's a little eyelet. And then this little guy is some, I used my hexagon punch on some scraps. And then these are both, all these three items come in the KB and Friends digital. Some rickrack. Sorry, the word escaped me for a second. As you could tell by the sound of my voice, I have a little bit of a cough right now. So, and then this last one is a layaway tag, and it has the KB and Friends girls, and then some pink saving stamps that I found, and some crinkled seam binding. So let me give you a little peek into what I'm gonna send her as supplies, even though you'll see her videos of her unboxing it if you've been following along. If not, go back and look at all the YouTube videos of all the unboxings. I'm sure it's gonna be great. I mean, the YouTube community is so generous and they're wonderful. So I'm going to send her an entire guest check pad so she can have fun making tags out of that. Whoop, whoop, my tickets are popping up. Some vintage, come here girls, honey syrup labels. I found these on eBay, so I'm sending her some of those. Little pink tags, of course. And then these garment labels that I found, they're so cool. So I'm going to send her some of those. Those are really retro. I don't know if they'll stick or not, but, you know, you just use glue on them. It's just a label. And then some of my tickets from my collection of tickets. A couple bags. I may use these for packaging some of this stuff. Here, put this over here. Some handmade envelopes from some kids' books. Some stickers for her to use. Some play money in different colors. And I've got a bunch of playing cards. So I've got some Grinch, and then different flowers, the boats, the birds. I think this one may have a bird on the back. Yeah, that's the Joker. And then the rest of these are just regular playing cards, but they're really pretty. Good for making like ATC sized or altered playing cards, whatever you want to call it. Oh. That scratching you hear is our new kitty Stella. Her and her brother just moved in, so I love this one. It looks like a big cookie. From a kid's game. And then this is from the logo game where you try to match the logos or figure out the logos that people are talking about. I showed you these. Very cool. I got some slide pictures, so I'm going to send her some of those to use in her junk journaling. And I also recently acquired these different bags. This is a vintage one. And I don't know that that one's vintage, but I really like the stripes on it. And then Happiness is a Peanut. More tickets. Oh, and then I included some of the savings stamps so she could have fun. I recently found a listing with pink savings stamps, which I had never seen before. I had only seen the green stamps. Oh, excuse me for a second. Sorry. And then these are King Corn. And then, what's that say? Gold Bond stamps. So that was a fun find. Again, on eBay. I just searched for random things. Some of these cute rainbows. Some sparkly stars. And then I found this package of Minions tattoos. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I just had to get a drink. Had a coughing fit there. So anyway, I found these tattoos that are Minions and they're science themed because I learned that Shawana works in a hospital lab. So I thought that would be really cute with the little beakers and the molecules and the jacket. I just thought she would enjoy that. I wouldn't actually use these as tattoos. I would put them in a journal. Maybe back them onto paper and then glue them down. I just thought it would be fun to work with. Just found out a little tidbit while I was watching her videos. So, oh, I also wanted to show you, this is unrelated to the swap, but since you're still with me, and thank you everybody who participated in the swap, and I can't wait to get my first package because, like I said, I love surprises. So I'm going to show you some of the other things I made with the rest of this guest check pad that I'm still working on. So this one I took one of the pages of saving stamps that was glued in the little books that you would turn them in on. And I put that on a guest check with some little trim and some of the KB and Friends girls. Then here's another simple one. I didn't even back some of these. I just put little punch outs in the girls and just varying the colors of the punch outs in the little girls and some pink and blue rickrack. Just cute. Oh, these bears came from one of Richard Scarry book, so I thought that was cute. Oh, here's a time card thrown in there. I had what? The nursery rhyme book, but it was Disney themed, so I had Jack Be Nimble. So I put that on there, make it a little library card pocket or a regular pocket. And some of them are very simple. I haven't put any rickrack on there, but that, you know, I could always add a label and rickrack later. Just the different dolls with the vintage dresses. Aren't they so cute? And then some with the advertising and saving stamps. So I was just having a good old time with the glue. Just gluing down pictures. I mean, if you're having hamburgers, you need ketchup. You want to put salt on your dinner. Breakfast. And some saving stamps. I really like this one. Coffee time. And breakfast. So as you can see, I'm leaning into that 50s retro thing right now. Just having a lot of fun with these. Oh, that's just a kid's book image of a sink. And then some of the scraps I made a little banner out of. Some saving stamps for her. Isn't she so cute? The little kitty with a vintage dress. I thought that was two of them. Isn't that adorable? So it doesn't really take much to make these look really cute. A random tag thrown in there. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to make sure that I preserve some of these paper doll dresses. Let me just go to town with all this stuff. Oh, and this is a children's book image on some music paper. So thanks for hanging out with me and looking through all that. And I hope the other video participants are having a great time. Some people are just posting pictures on the Traveling Crafters website. She has the retail space there. Anyway, thanks again for joining me. And I'm going to have all the information about the swap in the description box down below, so you can go and watch all the other videos if you haven't heard of this swap yet. I'm sure there's going to be lots of great ideas of different things to do, and I'm sure a lot of Christmas ideas and other styles. So once again, thank you. I appreciate all of you. If you'd like to leave me a comment, please tell me what your favorite thing was. What was your favorite item I made? Or do you like to use digitals? Do you only like to use authentic vintage items? Or do you like to mix them together? I'm a mixer myself, but I do love all of it. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye!